Billy.
Got me excited just listening to you.
Second period action about to be underway here. The Wolves will take a minute 10 to the power play here to start the period. Newton a draw to the half wall. Now it comes back to Miller in the Waterloo zone. He'll swing it over to Baker. Baker works up a little back pass to Miller. Miller over to Newton. He misses that pass just ahead of him, and it's off the wall, but good stick by Newton to keep that alive as he plays it down low. Kiriakou supports. But now a loose puck comes to Elgin. They'll work out of the zone 2-on-2. Swing it down low. Miller behind his net. He'll leave it there for Baker. Baker will work the breakout here. Swings through center, absorbs a hit there. Works back into the middle. He works into the zone. A low shot held by Durno. Now it's out of the zone. Kiriakou can't get across in time as Miller had worked down from his point position there. Now Miller through center to Kiriakou on the right side. He'll swing it in behind the net. Miller in on the forecheck. Powell to intercept that, but it comes to Luxton. Luxton works out of the corner, leaves it for Miller. Up the wall to Newton. Oh, the pass jumps his stick. Elgin on a break here. Payne down the right side. He's a great check off by Baker there to swing that puck out of danger. Good job by Baker to recover. Now Payne works out of the corner. Penalty over. Even strength here. Baker intercepts that pass and moves it to Newton. Newton behind his net. Oh, he takes a hit and loses the puck. A pass into the slot. Jacobs with a shot. A good stop by Harmon as he seals that on the short side. Newton took a heavy hit there and lost control of the puck. Elgin recovered and created a good scoring opportunity from the right face-off circle. Great stop there by Harmon. Fast, Strauss and Dilgey up front. Fast wins the draw to Reel. He'll take it toward his goal line, but Jacobs hard on the check there. Reel tries to kick it to the corner and does. Fast will swing it around for Wilhelm. Wilhelm pokes it up the wall to Dilgey. Dilgey a soft pass to Strauss, but just out of his reach. Elgin will play the puck out of their own corner. Through the slot, but right to Reel. He intercepts a high shot, and Durno with a quick glove there to steal that shot. Good chance there from Reel as he intercepted a passing, clearing attempt right through the middle of the zone. But Durno up to the task. Fast on the draw to goalie left. Now he's thrown out of the face-off. Not sure why. Here's Strauss. Strauss wins it back to Wilhelm. A long shot on goal. Again, gloved by Durno, and he'll hold on to try that again. Fast throws that toward the corner. McMillan tries to swing it in behind the net and does. Now the Canucks break up near wall here. A long pass into the zone. That's onside as Edmondson now works out of the corner, evades a check. Another check. Good stick there by Fast. Elgin throw it to the far wall. Now back down into the corner. Wilhelm takes that with a skate, throws it behind to Reel. Reel has the puck stolen. A good stick by Fast to clear that centering pass. Dilgey's down the right wall. He'll throw it in behind the Elgin net. First on the forecheck, but a good stick there by Elgin to clear it from danger. Now, clearing attempt is held in by Fast. Reel works down the left wall, but the puck comes out to center where Strauss has it. Strauss has the puck stripped. Here's Matzos down the right side. Good blocker save there by Harmon. Steers it to the far wall, and Reel picks that up. He'll swing it back to Wilhelm. Soft pass off the wall to Reel. He loses the handle. Now gets it to the blue line, but not out. A good stick by Newton to get that puck over the line and out of danger. Myatt throws it through center. Elgin push it back, but it's going to be offside there as Wilhelm poked that puck back out of the zone. Elgin brought it in offside. 3 minutes and 20 seconds gone in the second period. No score here at Pillars Ice Arena. Newton, Meyer, and Hammer up front for the Wolves. Haywood and Kroll on the back end. Newton wins the puck to Kroll. Kroll will flip it out to center. Elgin have it. Passing attempt off Hammer's skate over to the far wall. Now a clearing in. Elgin flip it high into the corner. Kroll under attack there. Myatt comes in to support, and he has the puck. He'll work it up the point, but it's intercepted by Meyer. Held in by Elgin. They'll throw it behind the net where Harmon will leave it for Haywood. Haywood works up the wall to Hammer. Hammer's clearing attempt is pinched in by Elgin. Good support there from Newton as he steals the puck. Flips it high into the center ice zone, caught by the Elgin defender, and he throws it back in the zone. Haywood retreats. Moves it along past to Hammer up the right side. Hammer's across the blue line, but all alone. Works into the slot, but 3 Elgin defenders will take care of that. Hammer is knocked into the goal as the net comes off the moorings. Face off, I think, will come out into the neutral zone, perhaps. Maltby, Miller, and Luxton now up front for the Wolves. Miller wins the draw to Kroll. He'll fire that in behind the net. Durno a good job to stop that bouncing puck. Miller on the forecheck as McMillan throws it up the near wall. Kroll pinches down. Luxton supports there. He'll bring it across. Miller at the point. Miller goes down to Kroll as they exchange positions. Nice move by Kroll to evade a hit. Elgin will throw it up the wall. Miller can't seal it, and Payne is away. 2-on-1 developing. Kroll with a great back check. He knocks Payne off the puck. Swings the loose puck out to center. Ackerman will throw that back in. Harmon will stop that up. He moves it to Kroll. Kroll swings it all the way around the far wall. Comes out of the zone. Maltby and Miller collapse on that puck, but Elgin will steal that. They'll throw it D to D. Up through center where Kroll closes the gap nicely on Payne. Bouncing puck at center. Nice play by Kroll, but his pass attempt cleared away by an Elgin player. Elgin come up the half wall. A good hit by Maltby to separate his man. Now Baker works through center. He'll come across the line. Head up. Tries to get into the slot. A penalty coming. Elgin will take their second penalty of the game as Baker was pulled down as he worked his way into a scoring chance in the slot. Slashing penalty is the call. Elgin will take a 2-minute penalty. Let's see if the Wolves can get on the board here. Newton, Kiriakou, and Luxton up front. Baker and Miller on the back end. Newton very good on the face-offs. Let's see what he can do here. Well, he gets thrown out as Luxton encroaches. Never understand it because the Elgin player is standing right beside him inside the circle. Don't get it. Now Miller will win the draw to Baker. He'll go across to Newton in the middle. Back to Baker, across to Miller on the right point. Back to Baker. Miller and Baker will play catch. Now to Kiriakou on the right hash. Back to Miller in the middle. Luxton works in the middle of the net. Baker with a high shot just over the crossbar. He saw the top corner available and almost picked it. Miller circles back in his zone. He'll drop it for Baker. They'll play crisscross here as Baker breaks through center with speed. He'll take it into the right corner. Knocked off the puck nicely by McMillan. And he'll throw it the length of the ice. 1:21 to go in the power play. Harmon will stop that up for Kiriakou. Long pass up to Baker. He'll come across to Miller off his skate. He can't control it, but he knocks the clearing attempt down. Now it's stolen by Brimmel, and he'll throw it into the Waterloo zone. Baker now to Miller on the right wall. Miller takes some speed down the left side. He throws it into the Elgin zone, absorbs a hit there. Luxton on the forecheck. Kiriakou seals the clearing attempt. He'll leave it for Baker at the near point. Baker walks in. Nobody in front. Pass to Kiriakou on the right side. He doesn't have a shooting lane. He'll work it back out to Baker. Baker with a shot is deflected in front right to Newton in the side of the net. He'll work up to Baker. Baker loses the handle. Now recovers to Miller in the middle. Miller leaves it for Baker in the middle. Baker with a pass attempt. Newton just missed it. Pass in front doesn't connect. Puck out to center ice. 16 seconds to go in the penalty. Baker to Newton on the far wall. Wolves maybe with one more chance here. Baker, little dump in behind the net to Strauss. Strauss with a nice job to steal that puck. A pass in front. Dilgy couldn't get a shot off, but he works off the side of the net. Penalty's over. Back to full strength are the Canucks. Here's Newton behind the net. He looks for a centering attempt, but no one there. Everybody covered well by Elgin. Back to Baker, a long shot wide. Crawl will pinch down the wall. He can't seal it. Now he does. Nice second effort there by Crawl. He leaves it for Dilgy. Dilgy works into the slot. A shot. He kind of fanned on it there, and Durno catches that and holds on for the faceoff. 12-12 to go in the second period. No score here in Waterloo. Waterloo just had a 2-minute power play. Couldn't connect on that. Back to 5-on-5 here. Fast on the faceoff. He'll win it back to Haywood. Low shot on goal, kicked into the slot. Crawl will try to seal the wall there, but can't. Dilgy will have it at center. Good support there from the Wolves. Here's Haywood back in his own zone. He'll fire it up the wall. Strauss happy to leave that, get out to center ice. Here's the puck now, rimmed all the way around. Crawl will pick that up in the corner. He misplays a loose puck. Oh, a good pass in front. Jacobs just missed that pass attempt. A good chance there. Now the puck back out to center. Elgin throw it back in. Jacobs has the puck knocked off his stick. Out to Dilgy at center. He'll just throw a soft pass into the Elgin zone as he was on the other side of center. Strauss and Fast work in the corner. Strauss moves it to Fast. A nice try as he tried to get it back. Now a trip by Waterloo, no call. Elgin will play it through center. Good pass there from Payne. Centering attempt chipped away, and Fast with a long pass to Strauss. Strauss 1-on-2 here. Nice play to get it to the front. Oh, it played it off Durno's pad as he sealed the short side. Dilgy works it behind the net to Strauss. Strauss absorbs a hit. Good support from Dilgy. He'll work from behind the net. Newton walks in. No pass there. Now to Reel. Back to Dilgy. No, all the way down the ice to Newton. He works out of the corner. Off the wall to Reel. Reel down low. Strauss will let that go into the corner. Elgin tried to chip that out of the zone. Now they do, and here's Elgin on a 2-on-1 as they get it by Newton at the wall. Great back check from Reel. Good stick there to chip the puck into the corner. Elgin will swing it behind the net where Wilhelm recovers. He'll go off the wall, try to get it to Gowden-Jones, but they can't catch that. Back into the Waterloo zone. Now it's out to the blue line, and Gowden-Jones will bring it. He'll seal it on the wall. Work it across to Reel. Oh, Reel trips it up, but good job to get that puck out of the zone as he just lost an edge there. Now Elgin will throw it in. Onside here. Harmon will leave it for Reel. He tries to work up the wall, but it's intercepted by Matsos. Now a loose puck to Wilhelm. He reverses to Newton. Newton swings it all the way around. Good job to get that to Gowden-Jones. Little backhand through center, but it's knocked down by Elgin. Loose puck now. Elgin swing it into the Waterloo zone. Hill retreats. Chips it off the wall. Gowden-Jones has it knocked off his stick, but right to Wilhelm. Now Gowden-Jones holds it on the wall as he's under attack there from Elgin. Wilhelm goes D to Reel. Reel back to Wilhelm as he takes a bump. Wilhelm with some time to Gowden-Jones. Nice job by the Wolves there to absorb that pressure and work it around. In on Durno. He'll throw it up the far wall. Clearing attempt comes all the way down to the Waterloo zone. Kiriakou spinning to his left. Now reverses behind the net. Good forecheck there from Brimmel. Here's Newton. He'll work it to Hill. Hill attempts to get it to Hammer just out of his reach, but Wilhelm will chip that into the Elgin zone. Again, good support here from Waterloo. 2 men on the puck. Here's Ackerman with speed down the left side. He'll stop it up just inside the line where Kiriakou meets him. He'll swing it around where Baker picks it up. A dangerous pass to Meyer, but a good stick there from Meyer to chip that out of danger. Elgin will throw that back to center. Kiriakou on a bouncing puck. Good stick there. Elgin throw it off the wall at center. Again, a good stick from Kiriakou, but Elgin pick up a loose puck. They break in. A shot is stopped by Harmon. Loose puck to Miller. Miller away with speed. 1-on-1 here. 1-on-2 perhaps. He stops up looking for the trailer. Oh, just behind Meyer. That puck in the corner now is Slot will take it out of the zone. A long pass attempt doesn't connect. Miller collects that loose puck back into his own zone to Baker. Baker with a long pass through center picked off by Lawson. Miller meets him at the blue line, and that's offside as Payne didn't clear the zone in time. Hey, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. .754 to go in the second period. Scoreless here in Waterloo. Some words there between Baker and the defenseman for Elgin. Here's Payne on the draw with Fast. Fast wins it to Crawl. Crawl to Haywood. He'll go off the wall to Mulpey. Mulpey at center, tries to get it to Luxton, but it's off his skate, and Mulpey will fire it into the Elgin zone. Good forecheck by Luxton. Mulpey just had the puck just out of his reach as he tried to steal a pass. Lawson works in. A good check there by Haywood to separate the man from the puck. Now Elgin in 2 forecheckers. Good stick by Crawl to move it to Mulpey. He seals it back down into the corner. Good job there as his point man was wide open. Had he gone up the wall there, I think Elgin would have pinched that puck in. Now Haywood. He'll throw it up off the glass. To the left point, a shot is wide of the net. Luxton will circle out and collect that. Nice pass through center, but out of the reach of Fast. Elgin will throw it back in. Good stick from Haywood to knock that down. He'll move it to his D partner. Crawl, soft pass to Fast on the wall. Fast high through center to relieve some pressure. Elgin try to get it out, but Fast throws it back in. Now Elgin collect a loose puck. They'll go D to D. Here comes the high flip. No, they'll go off the wall as Crawl seals the wall. Good job by Crawl. It came out just over the line, so Waterloo will tag up. Fast loses the handle there. Now it comes to Crawl. He works with a good pass to Mulpey. Mulpey with a low shot, steered aside by Durno. Fast behind the net to Mulpey. Mulpey tries to work it off the back of the net, but it was intercepted by Elgin. They throw it out. Crawl holds it. Now Mulpey behind the net. Spins off a check, works it to the slot, but Luxton couldn't get that puck. Elgin will swing that out. Now Newton, head up. He'll move it to Reel. Reel across to Strauss. Will he win the race here? Yes, he'll throw it into the Elgin zone. Strauss works against his man, blasts him to his feet, but Strauss loses his balance as he laid that check. Now Strauss with a good stop. Oh, he tried to wrap around and a loose puck through the crease. High shot through center. Reel and his man. No interference. I agree with that. Reel just leaned on his man a little bit, but didn't interfere. A good job there. Now Dilgy up the right wall. Elgin intercept that play. Wilhelm spins off a check. Leaves the puck for Newton. He'll throw it in the Elgin zone. This might be icing, and it is. Just out of the reach of Dilgy. .525 to go in the second. The face-off will come down to Harmon's right on the icing. Strauss will take this draw on his forehand here. He and Newton converse. Looks like a linesman may have got clipped with a stick here as he's tended to at the Waterloo bench. He looks to be all right there. Maybe a little blood coming out of the lip. Here's Newton now on the draw. Draw comes to the left point. Elgin looked for a shooting lane. Nice pass down. Great save by Harmon. Great stop to seal the short side. A nice set play there from the Canucks as the right D-man released down through the face-off circle. The left D-man knew exactly where he was going, and he hit him with a great opportunity there. Good save by Harmon. New line over the boards for the Wolves. Miller, Meyer, and Hammer. Miller on the draw. He'll win that behind the net. Wilhelm will come up the near side. Held in by Ackerman, but it's up off the backup goalie for the Canucks. Lane played a great game on Tuesday night. He has a terrific right-handed catching glove, and the Wolves just couldn't seem to solve him as Lane won that game 4-1. Here's Miller on the draw. He'll win that back into the corner. Reel swings that around the wall to Hammer. Hammer under forecheck pressure there. Nice job to bring it back in. Get it to Meyer on the wall. He'll chip it up off the glass, but not out. All the way around it comes to Meyer on the right wall. Meyer now throws it softly through center. Can't find Miller. Elgin will move it to the Waterloo blue line. Ooh, a loose puck there. Good job by Wilhelm to chip it up to Meyer. He's across the line to Miller. Miller on the right side. He's looking for some help across to Kiriakou now. Low shot, chipped aside. Miller on the rebound. Good save by Durno with the blocker. Miller tried to go high with that, and Durno was equal to it. Here's Baker. He'll spin it up through center to Meyer. Sorry, Hammer is through center. He'll chip it down low. Miller and Meyer in on the forecheck. Elgin will throw it up the wall as Kiriakou seals down. A pass attempt to the slot. Doesn't connect. Elgin will throw it high through center again. Now they're away. Here's a chance here on the opportunity in front, and Matsos just couldn't get the bouncing puck. Not sure if that was Matsos or not, but the puck was in the air, and the Elgin player just couldn't knock it out of the air. Now they're across the line. Elgin will break in, try to cut it to the net. A good job by Harmon to steer that puck out of the harm's way. Now a bouncing puck comes fast across the line. He's got Hill going to the net and just ahead of him. Now Brimmel will bring the puck out for Elgin. On the left side they go. Good stick there by Kiriakou to separate the puck. He'll swing it behind to Baker. Baker looks to come out of the zone. A good pass to Fast. Fast is down over the line. Fast works to the left wall to Hill. Oh, a shot just over the crossbar. He tried to tuck it up under the short side. Now Gowden Jones in the corner to Hill on the wall. Hill absorbs a hit, kicks it down to Gowden Jones. Nice play there. Gowden Jones working off the wall. Good job to evade a hit. He takes a shot, knocked down in front. It hit a body, and Durno covers that up as Hill takes some heavy cross checks in the slot. Great job by Hill, Fast, and Gowden Jones there on the forecheck, and to get some pressure. Great job there. 3:09 to go in the second period. Here come Newton, Mulpey, and Luxton. Kiriakou and Baker on the back end. Draw comes to the Elgin goal line. They'll go high off the glass through center. Gets by Baker. That's the play they love. They love to bounce that puck in front of the D-man and make him catch it. Baker, a good job to seal that puck up and bring it to Luxton on the near wall. Luxton with a long pass in Mulpey's skates, but it's touched into the Elgin zone. They bang it off the linesman there. Mulpey tries to get it in the zone. Now Luxton does. Now Mulpey's loose. Nice pass to Baker in the slot. High shot, a great save by Durno. Great pass from Mulpey to Baker, and Baker just about picked the corner. Now Elgin are out. They'll throw it off the wall where Kiriakou banks it again, but Elgin retrieve it, and into the zone they come. Nice pass in the slot, a rising shot over the net. Elgin work out of the corner under the watch of Baker and Luxton. They'll chip the puck out, and Baker's away. A nice move to beat the defender. Here's 4 Wolves wide against 2. Baker to Luxton on the left side. Luxton a low shot, a rebound. Just cleared away from danger by Ackerman. Newton tries to work off the half wall, but that puck is chipped out to center. Good action here from the Wolves. Here's Baker. Up through center, that pass doesn't connect. Now Luxton collects a loose puck to Mulpey. Look out. Oh, that's Dilgy. Look out there as he absorbs a hit. Newton will center back, circle in his own zone to Dilgy. Dilgy wisely keeps that out of the Waterloo zone. He seals the wall there. Now Crawl supports. Back to Newton. High through center. That's out. Yes. Good thing the linesman heard me. Elgin Jacobs just about kept that in, but it was clearly out of the zone as he caught that high over his head. Good thing I told the linesman to blow that down. Minute 29 to go in the period. No score here in the second period. Some good action in both ends of the ice. Goaltenders are up to the task. Elgin will win that draw. They'll push it into the Waterloo zone. Wilhelm backhands off the wall, but it's kept in. Now he brings it to the forehand. He'll go behind the net to Crawl. Crawl swings it up the wall where Strauss has it. He'll bang it out to center ice to safety. Strauss seals the clearing attempt, but Elgin will throw that in. Should be. No icing is waved off here as Strauss absorbs a hit. Now Dilgy seals his man nicely on the wall. Here's Strauss, a long pass to Miller. Couldn't collect that on his backhand. Little bit of a forecheck there, but Elgin break it out. Now a long pass intercepted. Here it comes. Elgin works out behind the net. They swing it to the slot. A good stick from Crawl to knock that away. And out to safety at center ice. Elgin will throw it right back in the zone. 37 seconds to go. Crawl will stop it up. Nice job to Dilgy. Dilgy with a long pass to Hammer. He knifes it into the zone. Puck comes to the net as Elgin will circle out from behind their net, and a good breakout pass there. Good stick by Wilhelm, but Elgin intercept that loose puck. Here's Matzos, back to Graham. Good back check from Hammer. Clearing attempt through the slot. Now a good block from Hammer. He and Strauss are on a 2-on-1. 8 seconds to go. A good try there. Oh, loose puck. Hammer tried to get it to Strauss, and he just couldn't connect on the pass. Here comes the buzzer to end the second period. What a period it was. Great action at both ends of the ice. Scoreless tie here. Going into the third period, we'll be back in about 10 minutes.